Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gosney. If this is your first time here, first and foremost, before I even go on to say what I need to say, Happy New Year, guys. I can't believe we are literally in 2023. Like next year, it's gonna be 10 years since I graduated high school. Wild. Oh my goodness. But anyway, Happy New Year's to you and your family and all of your friends. I hope that this year is a lot of blessings and just a prosperous year for everybody. Amen. Amen. But as you all know, I've spoken to you guys in previous videos on how I was pregnant. And you guys, the baby's finally here. My baby boy is finally here, you guys, but the way he came was extremely unexpected. If you thought this was going to be a laid out labor and delivery story where I show you guys where we're starting from home and we're getting our hospital bag together to go to the hospital, it's none of that. It's none of that. Basically, I'm just gonna jump right into it. December 16th of 2022, I had my normal doctor visits. Oh, wait, hold on. I had to turn off the AC because if I don't, you guys are gonna hear it. It's still turned on. Wait. Give it a second because I hate the sound of the AC. Like you'll hear it through my mic. Let's just give it a minute because I don't want to speak. There we go. Now it's officially turned off. But anyway, December 16th of 2022, I was 35 weeks pregnant. And I am someone who likes to plan accordingly. I get a little flustered when things don't go as planned, or if things come a little earlier than I expected. And that's exactly what happened with baby Gray. So December 16th, I was 35 weeks pregnant. And I went and go see my doctor. Around that time, you see your doctor every 2 weeks. Especially for me, with the growth of my baby, it was a little slower than most pregnancies, and also the fact that I was throwing up a lot. My doctor really wanted to keep like a heavy eye on me. So every 2 weeks he wanted to see me. Not only he wanted to see me, but every 2 weeks we had to do an ultrasound. So every 2 weeks he wanted to see progress with baby Gray. So went in for my normal, just an average day, nothing abnormal, of my doctor's appointment. Every doctor's appointment or every doctor visit that I go to, I'm in the waiting room. They ask for a urine sample, and they also take your blood pressure, your temperature, and also your weight. All right. But this doctor visit, they found protein in my urine, and my high blood pressure was a little higher than usual. I think it was, I should have took notes on the actual numbers, my apologies, but it was like 140 over something. When I was at my doctor's office, it was like 140 over something. Clearly it was too high. And the medical assistant was like, this is a little high than what we're used to. She kind of went back on my charts to see my previous blood pressure numbers, and this one was way higher than usual. So to her it was a little alarming, but she told me not to worry, it's okay. Went in the room. Finally my doctor came in to see me, and he told me the same thing. He was like, 140 over whatever is not bad, but what's really getting him is the fact that he found protein in my urine. So because of that, he was like, you know what? I think you need to go in the hospital. My doctor office, it's literally tied to the hospital that I gave birth at. So literally every information is just transferred, and it's so much easier that way because all of the nurses that's in the hospital knows my doctor. So everything is so easy. So yeah, he was like, I'm a bit concerned. You're looking into preeclampsia. I don't want to say that's what it is yet. However, I really want you to go to the doctor's office, to the hospital, so you can get a blood work. Now, if the blood work, and this is everything he's telling me. He said, now if the blood work, if I like what I see, you can go home. If not, we have to admit you. What? What do you mean? And now this whole time, I did not think I was giving birth. I just thought, we're a little hiccup, but it's still January 21st. That's what's in my head, because that's what we planned out for. Me and the father of my son, that is what we planned out for. Everything was January 21st, because that is when he was supposed to be born. And mind you, that day, December 16th, I went in my doctor's office early in the morning. I was supposed to go to work at 3:45. I had to be at work. And I said, okay. And I asked him, the workaholic that I am, I asked him, am I still going to make it time to go to work? He was like, it depends on what I see in the blood work, period. So I said, okay, depends on what you see in the blood work. So hopefully, you're not into it and we can get back to regular scheduled programming. Psych. So I went to the office. I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital and I got the blood work, and a doctor came in. It wasn't my doctor, but it was another doctor that came in. He was super nice. He was a Jamaican doctor. Super, super nice. Like, he was extremely knowledgeable, and I love that he was funny. So he made me comfortable despite of the news that he gave me. But yeah, he told me he has to admit me. I have to stay in the hospital. My blood pressure is going up and up and up. Around that time, I remember correctly, it was 150 over something. All I remember is the top numbers. I can never remember the top numbers. The bottom numbers. So now in my doctor's office, it was 140, and now it jumped to 150. And I remember the doctor telling me that. And he was like, unfortunately, we have to admit you. You have preeclampsia. And we have to make sure you and the baby is okay. I said, so I ain't going to work, huh? And he was like, unfortunately, you're not going to work. You have to stay here. The way your blood pressure keep going up and up and up, it's not safe for you, and it's definitely not safe for the baby. And then he did tell me, and he let me know, if your high blood pressure keep going up and up, and well, at that time he already gave me high blood pressure medication, but he told me it is something serious, and high blood pressure can definitely affect my heart and my brain, and definitely my baby. So they wanted to keep a very, very, very close eye on me, and I got admitted, and I went to the other room, and that's when I went to the other room. That's when I was like, okay, so this is real. Mind you, the 16th was on a Friday. It was on a Friday, and everything was really up in the air. I didn't know if I was going to give birth this weekend or next week or whenever. And even the nurses couldn't really tell me much, because it's not really their job to let me know. Everything was whatever my doctor said, or whatever the doctor that my doctor assigned to watch over me, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I got admitted to my room. I met the nurses who's going to be taking care of me. And yeah, I was admitted. And now fast forwarding to December 17th, which is the very next day. Things were still up in the air. I knew I was giving birth that weekend, but I just didn't know when. And so I'm fast forwarding, and I remember I was sleeping. No, mind you, okay, when I got back in my hospital room, they checked my blood pressure again. Now it was 165 over whatever number. So now it was very concerning to them how my blood pressure was not going down. It was not going down whatsoever. So they gave me a whole bunch of medication and this, that, and so much cords all over me. And I'm just like, but I was very calm. I should have been extremely nervous, but I was very calm. I didn't let everything affect me. I just stood my ground because I've been praying for this, to be calm and to have a safe and, safe delivery. And to be honest with you, God already told me, but I just didn't pay attention. When you have dreams, I feel like all my pregnant women can relate. Our dreams are very vivid. When you're pregnant, it's like the dreams is so surreal to the point where it's like you wake up and it's like, did this happen? Like you'll ask your partner, and I know it happened to me, and I would ask Michael, wait, did you say this or did I say? And he'll be like, no. And it's all in my head. It's all in my dreams. But God already told me. I had a dream, again, very vivid, and it just seemed so real that I was going to give birth early, and that when he's born, he's going to be beautiful. And I would never forget, after that dream, I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, Micah, I had a dream Grayson's going to be here early, and he was so beautiful. Like, it's like I saw him, like he was so beautiful, and oh my gosh, he is beautiful. But anyway, right. So fast forwarding, I'm sleeping, taking a quick nap. And then all of a sudden, I get woken up by not one, but two nurses. Okay. Not one, but two nurses all in my face and saying this, that, and the third. And I hear a machine beeping, and I'm just like very out of it because I'm literally just waking up from a nap. And the fact that I haven't been sleeping, this nap to me was vital. So when I woke up to a whole bunch of nurses in my face and a doctor in my face and machinist noises, whatever, it was just like, like what is happening? I woke up and I'm like, what's going on? And he was like, unfortunately, dear, they were giving me medication to induce me because at this point we were planning to push. But they're like, unfortunately, dear, the medicine we've been giving you to induce you, the baby is not responding to it well. And then they checked my uterus, or how far along I was, and I was only in 1 centimeter dilated. And they're like, oh no, like the baby's not responding well. You're only 1 centimeter dilated. He has to come out. What? What? So it was a pretty scary situation, knowing that, oh, the baby is losing oxygen, your blood pressure is going back up. And because of that, they had to put like an oxygen mask on me just to make sure that me and the baby is getting enough oxygen because he was losing oxygen. So the nurses immediately called my doctor and they're like, okay, get her to the OR right now. We're doing a C-section. I said, oh my goodness, I did not want to do a C-section, y'all. That was not the plan. That was not the goal. Because I don't know if I let you guys know, but listen, January of 2020, I had lipo. January of 2021, I had lipo and breast reduction. And I was like, I don't want to mess up my stomach. I'd rather push. Like, please just let me push. And I had a C-section. And in the OR room, everything was fine until I had that epidural. That was one of the worst experiences ever. I did not like it one bit. I did not like the feeling. I felt so, I can't even explain it. I can't even explain the feeling of getting an epidural. Other women might say something different. Every woman's story is different. But as for me, it was not fun. It was not fun. I started crying. I felt like it wasn't painful, but it was very uncomfortable, and the pressure. And then I overheard the doctor saying, we're going to give her oxycodone. And I was like, and in the back of my mind, I know oxycodone don't work well with me. I should have said something, but there's a needle in my spine, okay? Like, and the fact that I couldn't move, I had to just hold the nurse, and she was just, oh, she was so nice too. I think I pinched her. I think I pinched her, and I'm like, oh my God. And later on I apologized, but she was like, it's okay, it happened. But in that OR, y'all, my doctor's cutting me open and I'm throwing up because of the oxycodone. And like I said, I don't respond well to oxycodone. I remember when I had my lipo and my breast reduction, they gave me oxycodone as a pain reliever. And then when I took it, I literally messed up my whole bathroom. I messed up my whole bathroom, and my friend that was looking out for me then cleaned it. She cleaned up my throw up. I would never forget this that day. She cleaned up my throw up. And the same thing that happened when I had my lipo and breast reduction is the same thing that happened, but this time it was 10 times worse because they were cutting me open. Mind you, when it comes to C-sections, you're not sleeping, okay? You're wide awake. You are wide awake. The only good part about that part of me giving birth was the fact that my baby was safe, you know, and he was out of me. That pressure when he came out, it was like, oh yes, if it was such a relief for him to come out. And I was just throwing up, and it was so bad. And I remember I was and I went back to my room after, and I feel like a few hours went by, so the medication wore off, but the oxycodone, whatever how you pronounce it, is so strong, I started throwing up again. But this time I felt the pain because I just got cut open, okay? So the pain and the pressure of me throwing up, it was so bad. Ugh. Shout out to all the mothers out there, because oh my God, I feel like I just went through so much, and all I can say is thank God. Thank God I made it through. And oh my gosh, going through that experience, it really opened my eyes to how strong the woman body is, and how we can do so much and just bounce back. Like, I have so much respect to all mothers, and I have so much respect to all women, because men, they will never understand. Men will never understand, because they will never go through what we go through. And I'm just so blessed, and I feel like I wanted, and I remember I prayed about it too. I remember I wanted to push so bad, but looking back now, I just thank God do not answer every prayer. Amen. Because now that I'm thinking about it, and I see videos of women pushing, and I even hear stories, I don't think pushing would have been best for me. I don't think so. I really don't think pushing would have been for me. I think I was just meant to have a C-section, and God saw it, and God made it happen. Because I heard some stories, okay, of other mothers that went through pushing, and I was like, ooh. But on the upside, I was so worried about my stomach damaging and having scars and this, that, and the third. But because I worked throughout my pregnancy, I bounced back quick. When I tell you quick, I bounced back quick, you guys. Yeah, even my doctor, after he saw me, I think after 3 weeks, he was like, wow. And a lot of people was just shocked. Literally, I think after the 3rd or 4th day, I was on my feet. But I hear other women saying they were in bed rest for like 2 to 3 months because of C-section. So one thing I would take out of this, guys, if any of you guys are pregnant, or you just found out, walk. Because I walked throughout my whole pregnancy, and it's because of me walking I didn't have to deal with bed rest. I didn't have to deal with being in so much pain for so long. I think the pain only lasted a few days. When I felt it, I took ibuprofen and that was it. So I would recommend you guys walk, 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 walk. It is true what they say. Walk, walk. Literally walk. Especially if you really don't know what's gonna happen, because I did not expect at 35 weeks I would have a C-section, because I was healthy despite of me throwing up and having hyperemesis. I was still healthy, and I was healthy enough for me to push. And then at the end, that's when suddenly I have high blood pressure, and I'm preeclamptic, whatever. I'm that. So you never know what's gonna happen, you know. And December 17th was when baby Gray came on this earth. And it's so funny because today is December 20th, and tomorrow was when he was supposed to be here, this January 21st. But he came December 17th, and I just thank God the way everything went. Because I'm gonna be completely honest, I did think about how, dang it, I'm gonna have a January baby. That means I can't add them on my taxes until next year. So that means everything happens for a reason. Now that he came in 2022, I'm gonna add him to my taxes. Okay, cool. But everything literally happened for a reason. I wouldn't change anything. I think the only thing I'll change is the epidural part, but I wouldn't change anything that happened, from him coming early to me being having preeclampsia, all of that. I wouldn't change anything, because everything was set in stone. It wasn't my plan, it was God's plan, and I could not be more happier. And just throughout my whole pregnancy, I really had to give a shout out to God again, that he literally kept my son. He kept him. Whether I was sick, I was dehydrated, he was always healthy. And my son was premature. He was born at 5 pounds, but literally immediately the next day he lost weight. So he went from 5 pounds when he was born to, I think, 4 pounds and 9 ounces. Literally the next day. He was a very, very small baby. But even when he took all his tests, his hearing tests, he had to do tests to see if he's gonna be in the NICU. None of that. He was always healthy. He passed every single test, and the nurses was just so shocked how young he was, how underdeveloped he was, but he was healthy. And it's like, it's because of God. Like, literally, when I say God kept him, God kept him. Like, oh, I'm just so happy. And a month later, now he's officially 1 month old. He's officially 1 month old, and God is still keeping him, because his pediatrician is so proud of his growth. He's 6 pounds now, and he's just growing, and his premature clothes don't even fit him no more. And he's finally fitting into his 0 to 3, and it's just, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. And I'm just so happy of the progress that he made. I did have some clips. I do have some clips of that day. Because it was so unexpected, I literally planned out how I was gonna film my labor and delivery to put on YouTube, but it just did not. It was just not, nope. So the father of my son, once I got admitted, I told him to go home and grab my camera and start filming. He did. He didn't get a lot of footage, but he got enough that I can work with and I can show you guys. So yeah, so without further ado, here's a few clips of the day Grayson was born.
All right, Grayson, this is your dad. You'll be here in a few hours. We are ready. We are in the room. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Doing great.
Getting ready for a little one.
Yeah, are you in the room? You're gonna be in the room?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. I gotcha. All right, it's exciting times. Can't wait to meet you, Grayson. Can't wait to meet you. Mom is in the other room getting prepped up right now. As you can see, I'm already prepped up, ready to go. So, let's do it. Logging out. Alright, Grayson. Mommy want me to get so many videos of you, so how you doing? You hungry? You want your mama?
You need to eat something.
Yeah. You want your mama's titties? You need some milk? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. You look at each other. He's sucking his hand.
Yeah, he's hungry. Low oxygen. Low oxygen. Ah, it's okay now.
Okay. Where's my food? There's Dada. That's Dada hand. That's Dada hand, Grayson. Yeah. That's Dada hand. There you go. It's okay. That's Dada. It's gonna be okay, Grayson. It's gonna be okay, Grayson. That's your Dada. It's okay, Grayson. I love you, Grayson. Yeah. Dad, I'm hungry. I know. Yeah. Is that mommy? Look at mommy's here, Grayson. Mommy is here.
Sorry.
It's okay, Gosney.
You're shaking.
I'm shaking, yeah.
Yeah. Grayson, mommy is here. Mommy is here.
The fact that she's had dick in the operating
It's
room.
okay, boss. This is memories.
I know. I'm used to it.
Memories. Whole lots of memories.
I love the
to
ones
look
that don't
back
even get
on.
anesthesia. Oh, anesthesia goes, what? We haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah, baby, miss you. He wants you.
I can't
Yeah, I
hold
guess
him
everything's
yet.
right.
I know.
Let me get out of here.
I know. It's okay. He just want his mama.
It's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh. Gosney is at home, mama.
Let me do this side so you can
Wat
see him.
chevet?
Hein?
Wat chevet? Je kan piek chevet.
Yeah, já cheveux. Quand ça fait bien avec cheveux. Wow.
Oh, so cute.
Now he's happy.
Yeah, he just want his mama. Yo, so this baby, you won. I gotta give it to you. He has your top lip. He has your nose. He has your head. What the hell? How did all of that happen?
Big head.
Wow.
Y'all, I do not look good pregnant. Oh my God. Everyone who said I had a pregnancy glow, you are a liar. Because I did not look good while I was pregnant. Ugh. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for listening. And if you are pregnant, expecting to be pregnant, or trying to be pregnant, you got this. It was hard for me, but look, I made it, I did it, and you can too. Okay? So, by the grace of God, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.